I'm Sadie Katz, and you are watching the 13th Wolfman. Ow, ow,
Hey, everybody, it's the 13th Wolfman, and you know who I have back with me today? The talented, the beautiful Sadie Katz. Welcome back to Sit Down, Sadie.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, I love the fact that, when we're not doing this, I'm chatting with you on Facebook all the time.
I know
You
we're
know,
like real friends. Like
it, it's it's kind of cool. So, I saw that you have this new movie coming out, Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. And you know what? I just went to the cast and crew screening and it was fucking scary. It's
Oh, yeah?
and it's scary and like I think the fans are gonna really like it. And Sid Haig is so good in this movie.
Sid Haig's good in everything he does.
I know, he really is. But like in this movie, like the audience got really quiet and they were just like, ooh, hanging on everything he said. And um, like, um, why can I not think of it? I'm gonna pronounce his last name wrong incorrectly. Even Mc, I better get this right. He was my director. You don't have it there. Please forgive me. I'm an asshole. Even Mc, let me Hanukkah movie. I know you have it. So even the director really had a sense of what he was doing with this movie, and it was to like do a Jewish slasher film. I mean, so many,
Which, which I'm sorry, but this hasn't been done yet.
and it was so like crazy and clever and scary and like it's not offensive. I think that the first thing people say is like, "Oh my God, are you sure?" Like, is that offensive to Jews? And I'm like, no, it's someone who really takes being Jewish seriously and kills bad Jews. So, yeah. And the craziest thing is, um, I'm nude as happens in my films, but they CGI'd my vagina.
Okay.
So I won't give anything away, but there's a scene where I'm fully naked, and um, it's pretty funny because Evan was so nice. I said, I don't know if I'm prepared to show my
Right. Okay.
on camera during this scene. And he goes, "Don't worry, we'll fix it in post." And they did a really fun job of fixing it in post. And that alone was pretty exciting to see on the screen.
First, worth the price of admission is what you're saying. you
But
you
it's
had a pretty
done well. It really is done well. And this is like the rough cut. This was out without like full. This was just really for cast and crew and to create some buzz. This was without like color correction and you know who's doing the music? The same guy
no.
who did Friday the 13th.
Oh, Henry Manfini.
Yes, right
Wow.
for you. Yeah, and I met him, and he's like a fan of the movie, and that's why half the reason the movie you're just like, it's good.
So is this going to be something that's going to be out this year, or do we have to wait like a whole year before Hanukkah?
You know what? I don't really know. That's a good question. They flipped this thing around so fast that they were working on it like the day of before it went to Chinese Man's Theater, and they had it up on like the jumbotron on the advertisement right outside Hollywood Boulevard where the stars are, and
Wow.
I mean it was, but the turnaround was like 3 months. They were not fucking around, so it can only get better. But what I saw was just, Carolyn Williams is in it, and she does a fabulous job.
Which
Rose's son is in it.
who?
Melissa Rose.
Oh, wow. Oh, really?
Yes, her son is in it, so that's kind of like a great Easter egg. Um, you're gonna see some new faces that are a lot of fun. There's some moments of real humor. Um, I kind of play the comic relief in this, which was great fun.
That's cool. This is your second movie with Carolyn Williams
Yes. Yes.
because we were just talking earlier about the other movie. You've had a busy year this year, young lady.
I know, and you know what it came like? That's sort of it's like feast or famine. It's sort of like you get real depressed and you go, "Oh, I'm not doing anything. What's going on?" And then you go like, "Boom, boom, 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 boom," real fast. It's really it's like that, you know. And I've kind of gotten used to it where you just chill a bit. Um,
Right.
you know,
You're on a little. You're a little bit. You're on a little downtime, and then all of a sudden, the rest of the year's
yeah,
gone by.
you're like then you have like three premieres you're going to that you go, oh, this was a great year for me. But you know, I don't always take everything. Like sometimes someone will go like, hey, do you want to do like 3 days of a cameo? And I'm like, not really. I'm like, that's nice. I mean, if it means something, but I'm like, I would rather, stay home and have like a little dinner party or write. And I want to do a part that means something that's kind of cool in a film that I'm stoked about. Um, like I have a robot movie coming out. It's so fun that I'm
What's that?
with Alyssa Dowling. You know Alyssa?
Oh, that's that's the one that Kevin's got a tiny crush on.
How could you not? How could you? I mean,
Oh, I have crushes on like you and other people, So
well, she's a really good friend of mine, and when she asked me to do this movie, we were like, let's do a sci-fi movie about a robot. And Garo is the director in it, and he does trailers for Lionsgate, so we knew that it would be edited really well.
is this Garo Nagosian?
Garo, see, this is why I need to do this. I'm going to tell you because I'll hate myself if I get his name, if I pronounce it wrong. Um, it's so just bear with me because I'm ridiculous. It's San. I'm gonna spell it out because I can barely pronounce my own last name. Sant. Hold on. What? Oh, here it is. Okay. Garo San. Setian. Sentian. Garo.
Okay, Carlos Santillan. Okay,
And he directed this automation, and you know what? It's it's a lot of fun. And you know who else is in it? Is director is Perry from you'll know him from Perry Shin.
oh, from
Perry Shin from
Victor Crowley and
Hatchet.
Hatchet.
Hatchet. So he plays my ex boyfriend in this, and it's very fun. But this movie, like, is really goofy and really fun. And it's like a classic. And I say this with like deep love. It's a classic B movie in the all the best ways. And
Oh, cool.
when we were filming it, I was like, this is really fun. This is really ridiculous. This is like, it's in a factory and they want to get rid of the robots and the robots in love with Alyssa's character. And it was just like super fun. And I play like a businesswoman in a little, I kept calling it Scooby Doo in a little pink suit. He was like, what, money is everything. We got to stop production. And it was like, I felt like Girl Friday. And it was just like great fun to do. And it's the trailer, which they haven't released yet. Everyone I showed it to was like, fuck, yeah, it's so
I love the fact that it's a traditional B movie. That sounds really cool. That's the stuff I was raised on. I mean, just I love that idea. That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's like, you got your movies where it's like, okay, we're doing lots of gore and we're doing lots of boobs and lots of blood, and that's great. And we're kind of right now, we're just, those are getting thrown at us. But there's something about like a B movie that's got sort of like that I keep saying Scooby Doo, maybe that's like a
Well,
little,
camp. It's got a camp feel to it.
yes, and it's camp, and we played it so straight and so intense, and it was like, it, that there's something to be said, Attack of the 50-foot woman, that's really fun, that's not just about like,
The
we,
Incredible Shrinking Man, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, Attack of the Puppet People, you know, all
that's
movies that I remember watching as a kid and going, I love the ones where people shrink, where they gotta walk around with a 6 foot pencil to make it look like they're like 6 inches tall, you
that's
know?
kind of, this movie has a feeling of that, but we play it totally straight. And we originally had um a nude scene in it, and then that, or it was like racy, and then it just didn't feel quite right. Not that the movie's not sexy, because there's Sarah French is also in it. I mean, when she comes on set, I'm like, go home. No one needs you in this movie. You, you beautiful blonde. I don't need you here. She's so hot. So I mean, there's a lot of, sexy girls, and you're not losing that. But
Right.
something about like this was a film where I'm like kids can watch this and they'll be like, that was the hottest movie. I love that movie. And when we were filming it, there was also, I was like, am I like, is it really 3 a.m. and I'm running around from some dude in a fucking robot suit? And it's great. It was great. I'm like, is this really my life? Am I really a grown up right now? And I've got tears running down my face. And I'm like, ah. And I'm really shaking, but it's a dude in
That
a
is
robot suit. Like,
that is so awesome.
it's
Uh,
good.
it,
I can't wait for you to see it, because I think you're going to be like,
oh, I just to describe it, I'm falling in love with this movie. This is in my, like I said, I would watch when I was growing up. We didn't have cable until I was like probably like around 13. So all the stuff you get to watch on the local TV,
right.
and they would show all these like they would show like the Humphrey Bogart stuff, but then from time to time they would show the B movies. But like I said, Attack of the Puppet People, them, anything that had that
I
flavor to it.
love them. I used to have a poster in my living room of them with the big ants.
Yep.
I think those movies are kind of like, those movies are really fun. It's the same reason why Sharknado was so damn fun to watch.
Except for the last one.
Okay, okay. Scotty Mullen is a good friend of mine. I think he did the best he could on the last one. The problem with the last one was the second to last one was fabulous.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, it was written so well. I was just like, I went to go see it in Vegas, and I was like, damn, he did everything. So I think the last one of the my favorite things about the last one was, when they were in the tornado, they they threw in the kitchen sink.
Oh right. Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
I think they were like, look, this is the last one. We got to throw in everything and the kitchen sink. It was like, what are you gonna do with it?
I know. I actually watched. I recorded them all over a weekend, like over a week last year or this year actually, and then watched them all over like one weekend. From the first one to the last one, and I'm like, okay, I've liked them all, and then to get to the last one, it did to me. The movie didn't quite know what it wanted to be. That's you know,
Sorry, of course, I'm like getting sorry. This is big, big. Yeah, I would agree that my I had my favorite, which was the second to last. But I feel like there's not a lot. Like, I still think that there's a spot for classic B movies that
there is.
people really, really like. I mean, the original Leprechaun was a classic B movie that people really liked, but
Yeah.
bigger budget. I still think like Killer Clowns from Outer Space to me is like one of my favorites. um, it's really tough though because we're so uh, inundated with like so much horror right now, which is awesome. Like everyone loves it. You know,
I just want I'm that person that's like, give it to me all. Give me Blood Feast. Give me whatever, Party Bus to Hell,
yeah.
or that's
I like all the different categories because there's so many different genres. So
yeah.
it just depends on the genre. Like I still stand by it. I love um and I'm about to do like I'm in the middle working with my buddy Jim Towns. I'm doing like a which will be a little bit down the line, but a sexy thriller 90s style, like Poison Ivy style.
Okay.
Those are still like that's my jam. Those are ones where I'm like, yeah, those are
Wild Things, Poison Ivy.
like,
Okay.
Fatal
Well,
Attraction. I mean, even Vanilla Sky. I mean, that was big budgeted, but that still had that same kind of, you know,
yeah, I need to watch that movie again. I didn't get it.
I love that movie. I love
There's people that do. There's people that understand it. And when it got over with me, I was just kind of like,
it.
what?
I'm not a big like Tom Cruise annoys me, but in that movie, he didn't annoy me because he plays exactly the kind of douchebag I kind of visualize him being. If that makes sense.
No, it makes complete sense.
Like,
I'm looking at the clock and I see that we have to get set up for the live show.
okay.
So we could talk a little bit more about this on the live show. I hate to cut you off. It's everything's going so well and it's flowing. And
Yeah.
so if people want to find you on the interweb and social media, where can they find you?
Um, well, you can always find me on Instagram under Sadie Katz, SADIE KATZ, and Twitter at Sadie_Katz, and Facebook, except my Facebook is full. Um, but and I have like all these people waiting, so Instagram's best, but try to hit me up and at least follow me on my Facebook, and then you know, I'll
Eventually, someone will drop out and you'll slide into that
eventually
place.
someone's gonna get mad at me or be like, "This bitch won't stop self promoting," and then
Nah, that's fine.
yeah,
I'm safe. I'm friended with her on Facebook, so it doesn't matter. So I just want to say thank you again for coming on.
I love it.
I love having you on.
Always.
Uh,
You better come out to LA and have a beer with me or coffee, something,
Some. So
something.
for Sadie, I am the 13th Wolfman, and of course, I am on the prowl.